what do you think about the Yuva model in the education or in the government schools?
I think, well, I'm very new to the Yuva model right now, but whatever I've seen, the one thing that strikes out is the high energy that everybody carries, right? From you to Amitabh to anybody who I've come across Yuva is exceptionally high on energy levels. I don't know, what keeps you ticking?
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, and anything else?
No, I think I'm just learning, so I'm here to learn more and understand the work that you do. I know that, from time to time, I do see the good work that Amitabh does, but, unfortunately I've not had the good fortune of going through, elaborately sitting through. So I hope that this experience would be very refreshing to me to understand the great work that's happening.
Great, and we are very much looking forward to working with you.
Thank you.
I would like to know what you think about the Yuva work's impact on the grassroots.
It's just fabulous. I think it is transformative. It is what I call, it brings about phase change disruption.
Okay.
And what that does is, it makes the children love to come to school. It makes the parents very comfortable sending them to school. That is so key.
Great, thank you so much. So, what do you think about the Yuva work on grassroots? What is its impact?
We have been associated with Yuva for almost now more than 10 years. In fact, we did 20 schools in Ahmedabad and a couple of them in Mumbai with Yuva. And then last, we built 36 toilets in a girls' school where there were about 2,600 girls and there were only 3 toilets.
Oh my God.
So Yuva did every floor 12 toilets and 1 shower, because this school was in a very poor locality where girls they must be from huts. I don't think they would have ever got a chance to even take a shower. So we built that, and then we built about 16 in a girls yatim khana jo bolte hain, orphanage. In a girls orphanage also we built in Mumbai. So I've been associated, and of course, तो अब अमिताभ तो खाली फोन उठा के बोल देवे तो हम तो दौड़े हुए आ जाते हैं.
Thank you so much, sir. दौड़े हुए आने के लिए every time, and we are so pleased to have you again. Thank you. So, what would you like to say about the Yuva's work impact on the grassroots?
So I think what Yuva is doing is actually very, very commendable. I think what started off as in smaller steps, now the reach is very, very wide, and I think the fact that it's giving access to children for better education, better health, sanitation, because children are our future, and the more they and all segments of the economic strata should get access to education, health, basic necessities. And I think if this continues, today it's about 6 odd million students, children. If it continues, I think this can be a very, very powerful movement. I just hope I give it more and more strength. I just hope it continues leaps and bounds.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, and we are hoping and we are looking forward to do a lot of work together.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
I think सबसे पहले मैं एक पोल खोलना चाहता हूँ कि मैंने युवा चालू किया, उसके पहले भी एक बहुत बड़ा काम किया था बचपन में. अरबाज खान को टेबल टेनिस में हराया था. वो भी मनाली में हराया था. और ऐसे हमें न्यूज़ मिले कि क्योंकि वो जूही चावला को देखने में बिजी थे, इसलिए मेरे से हार गए थे. और मैंने इनको याद कराया कि तब जूही चावला ने मुझे उलू प्राउड ऑफ यू बेबी, प्राउड ऑफ यू बोला था. मैं 10 साल का ही था. अब भी करे तो आई डो नॉट माइंड, पर आई एम श्योर एक रीमैच भी हमारा जल्दी होगा. But I think we've got a couple of students, Anubha, with us as well, right, from Udaan. Do we have some students with us here? I'll quickly request those students to introduce themselves in a line each. So, Krish, can you please come here? Come here, guys, quickly. And if both of you can please share. तो जैसे ऐसे पार्ट ने बोला 4,500 जितनी स्कूल्स हैं, वैसे ही ऐसे लैक्स ऑफ बच्चे जो सुपर 30 मूवी आई थी, वी आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट सुपर 5,000. हमारे कई बच्चे HDFC, IBM, Google, गोल्डमैन सैक्स में अब जॉब करते हैं. उनकी मेंटरशिप्स हम कराते हैं. कई बच्चे ऑर्फन चिल्ड्रन हैं धोबी के बच्चे हैं, रिक्शा वाले के, रैक पिकर्स के बेटे बेटियां हैं, and they're working some of the best places. I'm happy to share some are going to get internship at Zerodha and True Beacon as well from this year. So these are some of our gifted students, and I would love for them to introduce themselves and with a smile.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Myself Krish Arsule. Currently I am pursuing my BMS Finance. I am in last year of my program. I want to pursue MBA in future. When I was in 12th, my dad left us, and from then my mom take our responsibilities and all our expenses she handle all alone. When I can't able to pay my college fees, so Yuva gave me a scholarship. After that, I also work for as a delivery partner at Swiggy to pay my scholarship, and Yuva gave me a scholarship and also gave me employment. I work at Yuva as a Yuva buddy, and they also paid me for that. And you also teach me to help others who help others who need help, and also thank you.
That's good. बोल रहा था कि मैं नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं ही बोलूंगा. मतलब सब घर पे feel the fear but do it anyway. So proud of you. You did a good job.
Hello everyone. My name is Anushri Yadav, and I'm in 11th standard now. Actually, I have passed it, and now I'm in 12th standard. I took science. Actually, I want to become a veterinary doctor, and my mom and my family is supporting me, but sometimes they just told me that you took it, but you have to achieve it. There are so many people who are supporting you, but if you are not doing well, then that support is not enough. So you have to do, and for that I am preparing for NEET now. I really want to thank my mom and dad, because I know how they are struggling for me. I also want to thank sir for giving me this opportunity, and thank you all. I know you all are supporting us, and so many of students like me. So I really want to thank you all, and
thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, beta. So with that said, there's about 5,000 kids like these who are in the scholarship program, and happy to say we got one partner who came forward and has committed 100 crores. So we give about 2 lakh rupees per child right after 10th for their JEE NEET and then 4 years of college. Also पीछे जो बच्चियां बैठी है बहुत सुंदर और प्यारी लग रही है, उनके लिए भी एक बार तालियां हो जानी चाहिए. वो सब तैयार होकर आपके लिए आई थी. I want to quickly ask 2-3 again 1-2 line questions to each and every one of you. We have started with Nikhil's leadership and vision, something called the Young India Philanthropy Pledge, which is why we are all kind of here, because we want to raise awareness around it. It's anyone who's below the age of 45, has 100 million in net worth, and wants to pledge 25% of their wealth to charity. क्योंकि ये ज़माना जो है वो Indian growth story का ज़माना है. It is led by the Kamath brothers through Zerodha, and their story all of us know. But there's so many other companies like Absolute Food. Agam, if you can raise your hand, he deserves a huge round of applause. There's so many unicorns who have come and said, yes, we'll pledge 25% of our wealth. I mean, you can talk about Vedantu, Unacademy, Razorpay. All these guys have come and said कि हम इसमें सहयोग देंगे. कू भी ज्वाइन किए हैं, और आपको जान के आनंद होगा कि ऑलमोस्ट मैथमेटिक्स कर रहे थे और ऑलमोस्ट $2.5 बिलियन प्लेज हुए हैं सेवा के लिए, और ये सब लोग यंग लोगों ने प्लेज किया है. और आज मैं बताने के लिए बहुत मुझे आनंद हो रहा है. Nikhil has signed the giving pledge with Bill Gates as well, and only 4 people in India have signed it. Kiran Shah, Azim Premji, the Nilekani family, and now Nikhil Kamath. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? इसकी बिजनेस जर्नी सबको पता है, आज उसकी सेवा की जर्नी सबको पता चलेगी. And it's been signed by the likes of Zuckerberg, Musk, all these guys are there. Only 200 odd people across the world have said that, yes, I'm ready to do this. We've got Pradeep Bhai from Satwa Consulting, who's our partner who made the project management unit. Karnataka mein as a part of the first project from these 12-13 unicorns that we've got to sign this initiative, we decided to do 200 role model schools. Toilet, water facilities, smart classroom, teachers training, career counseling, and we raised almost 60 crores for that. Gates ने दिया, unicorns ने दिया, CSR ने मिलके दिया, और ऐसी schools बना रहे सरकारी जो देश भर के लोग आके उसको एजुकेशन हेल्थ मिनिस्टर्स आके देखेंगे, उसको इनोवेटिवली रेप्लिकेट करेंगे. प्रदीप भाई, अगर आप खाली कुछ in a couple of lines, if you want to share what Sattva is doing there, would be great.
Thanks, Amitabh. Well, it's a collaborative effort of many funders that is coming together, as well as implementation partners, as well as the state government of Karnataka. And again, thanks to YIPP, Nikhil Kamath as funders, BMGF, as well as now JSW Foundation has also come on board. So the idea is, we all have been trying to do things in silos. How can we come together and define what a model school should look like? If we were to transform existing government school into a model school, and what does that blueprint look like, starting from how much of fund would it take to convert and transform an existing school into a model school? Also, what are the things that need to come together to provide holistic education for students, and also provide best of the learning environment for students, right? Including everything that you saw today in this school and additional things that Yuva is also implementing in those schools. So that's the whole idea. So it's more like it's built collaboratively by different partners. There are 14 different partners who have come together to stitch together an integrated solution, which we're implementing in 200 schools. We're transforming 200 schools across 5 districts in Karnataka. The idea is this can become a blueprint that could scale, not only in Karnataka, but also across different states. So that's the idea. It's been a year since the conceptualization has happened, and the implementation has started about 6 months ago. Hopefully by the end of 3 years, we should have a blueprint that has, and this is again has independent evaluation. There's a third-party evaluator looking at improvement in outcomes, improvement in enrollment, all of that. We'll have a blueprint to show to the ecosystem in terms of the outcomes that is achieved.
Thank you, Pradeep bhai. Thank you so much for all your efforts. And talking about scaling it up, Agam, who's our newest signee from in Young India Philanthropy Pledge. Agam, your thoughts on NCR, Maharashtra, and how to kind of take this movement ahead. Please go ahead.
I think it's a great movement, and all of us have just been grateful that we got something in life and we were able to build something. So out of that gratefulness, we should just contribute it back to people. We just were fortunate to get it, and it belongs to the community, so it should go back to the community.
Thank you, Agam. और इसकी बहुत ही गजब की स्टोरी है. ये युवा अनस्टॉपेबल में जयपुर चैप्टर का हमारा लीडर था. He was gathering volunteers to go and teach at old age homes, municipal schools, whatnot. Abdul Kalam sir met him because you would come to the work that Yuva Unstoppable is doing. अरबाज भाई ने इसको बोल के देखा कि तू आ जा हमारे पास, दिल्ली आ जा. ये दिल्ली चला गया. रिसेंटली 3 महीने पहले पता चला कि बिलियनर बन गया. यानी ये तो चने ममरे की तरह सब हर एक दूसरा बंदा यहाँ पे बन रहा है. बट अगम ने जो काम किया है, आई रेकमेंड ऑल ऑफ यू टू आस्क हिम आफ्टर दिस इज ओवर. हवा में से क्रोकोडाइल लेदर निकालिए. अब मैं सस्पेंस वहीं पे छोड़ दूंगा, एंड आई विल स्टॉप देयर. But lastly, Sangeeta ji, you were with Mahindra Infra for a long time. Even current role, you are with an infra. What did you think of the infra work that you saw in sanitation and transformation in the school so far?
Actually overwhelmed more with Amitabh than anyone else in this room. So you are really an inspiration. And I really love the work you are doing. But I just wanted to add something here. With the hardware, there's something called software, and we must, I'm sure you're looking at it, the schools also should learn the hygiene, because, you know, a good toilet means the child should learn. So that's, I think, one thing which I'm sure everyone is looking at, to be something to take care of. Because in this country, that's a situation which is not yet in its peak.
It's extremely important, not just for sanitation, the teachers' training and the children's training, we do 12 sessions, but even for the smart class, to make sure it's being utilized properly. Anyway, thank you so much. Without further ado, the man of the moment, Nikhil Kamath. Please, the stage is yours, my friend. Welcome. And so, Nikhil's also got a gift for all of us. So, this is going to be another like 12-13 minute interaction, and then he's got something because he loves Ahmedabad these days a lot. So, he's got charkha from Gandhi Ashram, which he's going to give to each one of us.
I didn't bring it.
So on behalf of Yuva Unstoppable and Financial Express, I welcome all the students, all the children from all over the country who are all here to listen to a very unique, dynamic and kind entrepreneur. So the first question I want to ask you, Nick, is, you know, there's always a smile and balance on your face always, no matter if the markets are up or down. What makes you the happiest in life?
Well, markets I'm quite used to because I've been doing the same job that I do today for close to 18, 19 years. I think ups and downs. I've been lucky, I would say, strangely enough, to have had my share of downs and ups in lives early. And that has made me a little bit less reactive. Just because I don't emote, I don't think it's not because I don't feel, but I think my personality is a little bit less emotive than most.
They say to have that balance is a rare gift. You know, this boy here just was talking about that he used to work as a delivery boy at Swiggy's. You were working in call center. Is it true? Was it a different life? Was it this life? How was that like?
Yeah, it was a long time ago when I was 17, but you're still the same person, you know. Life changes a few things, a few facets superficially, but I think you're deep down still the same person. Like I keep telling you in private, I'm a darker person than I should be with the audience, where there are so many kids sitting here. I feel like we are all, in one way or another, very similar to each other. We all have our trips in life. For somebody, it might be morality. For somebody, it might be capitalism. For somebody, it might be fame. For someone else, it might be something else. Even when we do charity and we do things which help society, at some level, we are doing it to appease our own morality and get a certain high in life. No human is truly ever altruistic. I think the big evolution that happens in life is to understand how you're flawed as a human being and how you're not altruistic and the motivation behind doing different things that you do. So I'm not there yet, but I think if figuring out what your flaws are step one, I'm trying to achieve step one today.
That's incredible humility. But what a lovely answer. Can we have a round of applause for that answer? You know, there have been a lot of phone calls I used to get, कि यार पैसा कैसे बनाया जाए? You know, how do we raise more money? How do we make more money? What should we do? Your phone call was, how do we inspire people to give more? Would love for you to share a little bit with the audience about how did this vision of Young India Philanthropy Pledge come and what are you trying to do with it?
So society or people even, when I was born, I did not know what I want. There is a very interesting French philosopher called René Girard. He writes about mimetic theory. If I was born in a box and I grew up in that same box and had no outside influences, I would grow up maybe not wanting anything and maybe being a completely different kind of person. We want what we want today based on our friends, based on society, based on capitalism, based on government, our upbringing, our parents, our peers, and everyone else. So the current logic or the current narrative in society is hoarding money is cool, capitalism is cool, you give more importance. Like if Agam, not being Agam, but if Agam was an 18-year-old kid, he would probably give more importance to someone who's very popular, somebody who's very wealthy, because society has made it such that these people are cool in the world that we live in today. So the idea of going to younger people who have gotten lucky by virtue of where they were at what point of time, to start giving and start giving vocally is, at some level, if that narrative changes from hoarding money is cool to giving money away and being part of the community is cool, I think a lot more will change when that narrative changes. And it won't be an independent individual task. It will happen when many, many people come together, and people who in a way are the influencers in our society, which is capitalistic today.
Fantastic answer. You know, if you can make it something cool to do. So, you know, like going out to restaurants is cool, going to the movies with your friends is cool. Similarly, if you can make, you know, going to an old age home and volunteering something cool to do, if you can make volunteering for 2 hours a week and teaching math, science in a government school, if friends could get together and say, okay, you know, over dinner, I'm working for these hospitals, I'm working for education of these children, I'm working for animals, whatever it is. If you can make anything something cool to do, what you're trying to do, I think it will become a revolution, and that is a direction we all need to go towards. That being said, coming from humble beginnings, did you see giving from your parents happening a little bit, which kind of give you some insight कि ये भी मुझे करना चाहिए?
Not particularly. This is again a hard thing to say, but somebody who is earning 10,000 rupees a month, it is 100 times harder for that person to give away 1,000 than somebody who is earning 100 times that much giving up a lot more, right? Like, giving is a factor of how lucky you have been in your journey. I don't think if I hadn't gotten lucky and I was still working in that call center, earning whatever money, I wouldn't be talking about giving. I think it's totally a factor of circumstances which have allowed for this to fester. And not just for me, but for all of us sitting here, right?
You know, I mean, it is such a beautiful answers you're giving, and all of them you're giving straight from the heart. You know, I told him I'm not going to give you any questions before. हम वहाँ जाएंगे, सीधे questions आपको पूछेंगे. अभी 2 questions बच्चों ने पूछे हैं, और इसका आप diplomatic जवाब नहीं दे सकते. Who is your favorite heroine and why?
So before we came here, Amitabh was in my room and हम लोग बात कर रहे थे very casually, right? Like me and him are friends and we've known each other a long time. The one thing I have to say about Amitabh is, in this world of giving, the biggest task is to find somebody who is a bridge, who you can trust. And the great thing between me and him and our friendship is we crossed that bridge a long, long while ago. तो मैं रूम में अमिताभ को पूछ रहा था, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do this, you don't do that. I don't believe a man cannot have a vice. Everybody has a vice. So I asked him the same question and he gave me a very diplomatic, nonchalant, evading kind of answer. So let me put the question back to you and ask you I will not even ask you who is your favorite actor, but ask you which actress are you most attracted to? I
think that's an easy one. मेरे बचपन का प्यार, जूही चावला, right? That's an easy one. Way to put it up. So I would like to quickly open it up. You know, we've got some leaders of the industry. I would love to open it up for any questions that you might have for Nikhil. And Nikhil, your answer has to be in rapid fire format, especially. So I might just, anyone would like to start with the first question?
Tell us what insight led you to make stock transactions so affordable? What was how did the penny drop?
I'll be very candid and honest because I feel 95% of all that is said by people like us is bullshit online. There was no insight, there was no big plan. We were trading, we were traders, we paid a lot in fees. I'm talking 17, 18 years ago, we would pay 0.5% to maybe 0.75% in brokerage fees. So one day we sat down and thought, if we become a broker ourselves, we will save this much money for ourselves. And that was it. Everything else has been one happy accident after another.
Wonderful. Who would like to ask the next question? Okay, so while we are waiting for the next person, I've got one more from the kids I forgot. वो जब since हम लड़कियों की बात कर रहे हैं और youngsters भी देख रहे हैं इसको, you know, सुंदर लड़की को दिन में 50 बार लोग compliment देते हैं. अरबाज भाई में 20 साल पहले भी लड़कियां मुड़ मुड़ के देखती थी, आज भी मुड़ मुड़ के देखती है, तो और किसके पीछे पड़ सकते हैं यहाँ पे से? तो निखिल, जब इंसान के पास बहुत पैसा आ जाता है, महीने में कितने बार लोग पैसा मांगते हैं? यार मेरे में इन्वेस्ट कर दे, चंदा दे दे, महीने में कितनी बार होता है एवरेज?
ज्यादा नहीं होता है because people assume you will say no. So people who are professionally running a charity maybe yeah, but उतना ज्यादा नहीं होता है. No. Yeah, doesn't. Also, a lot of our money is notional money, right? I come from the startup world. So log jab when people say you have 100 rupees, you probably actually have 1 rupee, you know.
उससे आप कंफर्म कर सकते हो इसकी लिक्विडिटी कितनी है. So नीरज भाई, would you like to ask anything?
Means when you look for doing some good for the society, as he mentioned, roti kapda makan is the first thing that comes to mind. But you are from a technology background, and there are a lot of things that can be done with the use of technology. So I know you have running charity like Rainmakers and all that. But have you identified 3-4 domains? For example, I think that judiciary is a big domain where technology can impact and improve the country. So have you identified 2-3 areas where something can be done?
I don't think I would ever touch anything judiciary because I want to stay out of jail myself. But I feel the world is cyclical. You have socialism, you have communism, you have capitalism, you have a benevolent dictator, then you have a revolution, and then the cycle maybe repeats all over again. We might be transitioning in different pockets of the world in between different cycles. But the one big differentiation technology will probably bring in the next 5 or 10 years is not everybody will need to work. Productivity will go up by virtue of technology significantly. And I feel we will move to a UBI kind of world where there will be a universal basic income. People will have enough to eat, homes, hospitalization, education. And society maybe will split into a combination of socialism and capitalism. People who are happy with that much will have that much. People who want to go out and do more can choose to do more. So in that kind of a world, everything we are doing today, I think will have to be rethought. I thought it would happen beyond my time, but looking at how technology has changed even in the last 3 months or 4 months, it would likely happen while I'm alive. So it would be a very interesting world, and it would be really intriguing to see how that transition happens.
Fantastic. I kind of want someone to... Oh, please go ahead, Sangeeta ji.
So you did not answer that question. You nicely passed it. I want the answer. And the second, the question from my side is, what are the top 2 qualities in a human being you admire?
So not much has been said about this, but I think the biggest privilege I have in life, by virtue of whatever, is I get to choose who I work with and how nice they are. I think being nice is the most underrated quality ever. Like, the big joy for me at work today is all my business partners are people who I know when I'm 70 years old, I would want to sit with them and have a drink. And I think not because I have to, but I want to. That has changed life drastically for me. People are unnecessarily not nice when it is so easy to be nice. And yeah, and the second one is I think people need to be more aware. I am not aware myself, but we are all flawed. We are not these pictures and images we have of ourselves or we try to project upon society. I'm conflicted deeply. I have my own flaws. I might be insecure. I might be vindictive. I might be jealous. I'm not saying you need to work and change how you're flawed, but I wish people were more aware of how they're flawed, because that in itself will make them nicer. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I truly believe that awareness can lead to change. So Alok Shirsagar of McKinsey, so this is a question I'm asking you from the stage. You work with so many founders. Have you ever seen a founder like this who's so focused on giving? And what do you think of YIPP?
I think it's incredibly inspiring to hear you, and most founders actually don't subscribe to the idea you just had of humility and respect for everyone around them. I think there's too much of an individual hero culture, and I think what you all have done at Zerodha is incredibly inspiring in that context. I think the second thing I just say, Amitabh, is the ability to give, and by helping to not just give away as charity, but by creating skills, enabling people to go to school, enabling people to gain livelihoods, is incredibly inspiring. I think what I've learned in the work you and I have also done together is it's not about giving away, it is really about enabling people to grow, and we'll then have many more successful entrepreneurs just like you, Nikhil. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, well said. Of course, Ayushi, please go ahead.
Hi, so my question is for the both of you. I also believe that a person is a product of his or her circumstances. Now, we met two of the students and to whom their parents have supported unconditionally. But when we go deeper into the society, there are still some households that would want their children to participate in the job they are doing rather than study. So how to change that mentality? It is a challenge that I have faced personally when I was mentoring a girl. So how to change that mentality?
Okay, I'll quickly take that. So I want to give an example of a girl named Fauziya Khimani. Okay, there's thousands of children like the ones you met who we give scholarships to. Her father had mentioned that ab isko aur nahi padhane ka hai. And I remember that my team kind of went and motivated him and said कि सर ये बहुत अच्छी चार्ट अकाउंटेंट बन सकती है. 12th के बाद हम उसको मिले थे और एक बार में पास हो जाएगी, हम गारंटी देते हैं. और क्योंकि वो 10th और 12th में 90 से ज़्यादा परसेंटेज लाती थी. आप प्लीज़ उसको खाली पढ़ने दीजिए. अगर एक भी बार फेल हो जाएगी तो हम उसको हटा देंगे, फिर आपको जो करना हो कर सकते हो. For lack of a better word, because we were bullish, because we knew she was so brilliant, she passed her CE at first go every single time. And she's now working at Ernst & Young. And not only is she working at Ernst & Young, but her father goes door to door, house to house and says, आपकी बेटी को भी पढ़ाओ, आपकी बेटी को भी पढ़ाओ, और पैसा चाहिए तो मैं मेरी बेटी से दिलवाता हूँ. So it has to be done with love and being nice. How would we want to change our opinion of something is if someone came and explained to us, like Nikhil said, the importance of being nice, I think is the biggest superpower. If you spoke to people with love, things can really change. My wife is a Punjabi Jat, and she says, प्यार से कुछ भी करा सकते हो, गुस्से से मैं हिलनी भी नहीं. So that's my answer, Nick.
I think that's a good answer.
So I think we'll take last two questions from kids. Any children have any questions? Okay, yeah.
I'm Astha Shukla from 10th standard. And my age is 15. I want to ask you a question that if you would have a superpower, then what would it be and why?
For me, it would be probably time. To go back in time, go front in time, come back in time, and just have more time. I think that would be my superpower that I want.
I think my superpower would be genuinely, and I was telling him what gives me the greatest joy in life, is when someone gives anything. कोई अपना 1 घंटा देता है to teach someone maths and science, I feel great joy. कोई 10 रुपया देता है, I feel great joy. कोई 10 crore देता है, I feel great joy. When someone gives the time, talent or treasure, it gives me great joy. So I would wish that everyone I met, जिसको भी मिलता हूँ उसके माइंड में एक छोटा सीड चला जाएगा कि यार आज मैं घर जाके दूसरों के लिए क्या कर सकता हूँ. तो अगर वो पावर आ जाए वो बढ़िया हो जाएगा. With that, I would like to have Agam ask the last question because he always has the last words. No matter who he meets, businessmen, celebrities, NGOs, he loves to give guidance and advice. But Agam, the last question that you would like to ask Nikhil, and thank you for all your love and support and for your drive to take YIPP and philanthropy to the next level.
Thank you, my pleasure. Nikhil, agar bachcho ko, if you have to leave with 3 thoughts, 3 wisdoms in life that you have learned from your life, what would those 3 be?
I don't know if their parents are watching. I hope they're not. But don't be too hard on yourself. अगर Bure marks aaye, you're in 4th standard, 5th standard. 10 years down the line, 15, 20 years down the line, if you fail an exam, this is not going to change anything, you know, like you will have many, many opportunities in life. Don't take that much stress and burden yourself with what you think your biggest challenges are today. They'll never call me here again. I can see teachers in the background. But
practical. Please.
And the second thing, outside of what you learn in school, I think there is so much to learn online, on the internet, available for free. The biggest revolution we're having today is the free content available online. Whoever wants to learn and can access a smartphone, even if there is one phone at home amongst your friends, everybody has to take advantage of that. Third thing, I don't know yaar, like, jab main chota tha na, like when I was a kid, I was this really insecure, scared, worried. I was scared of my teachers, I was scared of my parents. To a certain extent, when I think about it, I was even scared of judgment amongst my classmates. If I had to say something to my childhood version of me, I would be like, you know, like chill out, like don't be like that. I don't know how to phrase that in a manner that would sound good, but I think that's the essence of it, like to chill out a bit more.
Beautiful, beautiful. A huge round of applause for Nikhil Kamath. I would like to truly thank from the bottom of my heart Hemang, Parth, Anubha, Rajesh, Ankit from YIPP Secretariat. Thank you all for being here, each and every one of you. It is such a joy to see such big corporate leaders coming to a municipal school. On the way over, we were talking to a friend of ours, and he asked, Nikhil, where are you going? He said, municipal school mein ja raha hu. And I asked him, how often do you give this answer? I hope the answer is a lot more for all of you and for you as well. But Nikhil, thank you. Those were some profound, sweet, nice, practical answers. Huge round of applause for Nikhil one more time. And I request all of you to please check out www.yipp.one to see how the young India, the young, wealthy India is giving back and creating meaningful changes. Thank you so much. The program can end now. And what I would like to do is Gandhi ji ke charkha. Nikhil, I request you to please stand here.
सबसे पहले मैं हमारे 2 हफ्ते के प्रधानमंत्री जी को कहूंगा कि निखिल भाई का स्वागत कर ले शॉल से। पर जो आंसर दिया है आप सर 5 साल के लिए भी बन सकते हो, आंसर ऐसा ही था।
Hello, sir. So what do you think about the Yuva model for changing the government schools?
Yeah. So Yuva model has been a completely changing scenario of government schools. I myself have learned in the government school, and now I can see the Yuva model, what changes they are bringing into the school. They are going to change the entire way of education. I could see the smart classroom are really interesting for all the students, and I expect that students will learn a lot through this digital model very easily and conveniently, and they will excel in their studies. Also, I would like to appreciate Yuva's wash facilities. They have understood very correctly the actual need of the students, and they have come up with a very innovative way to keep the hygiene, well-maintained wash and cleanliness. So I would really appreciate and thanks Yuva for bringing this change into government schools and making us a partner to that journey as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, and we are so much looking forward to working with you to bring more change. Thank you. Hi, ma'am. So we have been doing a lot of great work since many years, for so many years with Hexaware and Yuva Unstoppable, right? So what do you think about the Yuva's model of bringing change in government schools?
So I think from the day one, we were convinced about the passion that Yuva Unstoppable brings. But what I have really liked over the years, that they are willing to listen to a lot of changes that have come in over many years. We started with just sanitation, water sanitation and all, but now later on the digital classroom, the Google Classroom, it's an up.
Yeah.
And I think there is so much more to do with them that we can do by creating model schools that we spoke just some time back. Package it well with sports, package it well with maybe yoga, package it well with so many things. Actually, possibilities are immense. And I think what I really like is the team is very passionate and ready to innovate themselves all the time. So that's what I really like about Yuva Unstoppable.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you. Hi, Anushri. Okay, so Anushri, आपको स्कॉलरशिप मिली है युवा अनस्टॉपेबल से, ओके? सो आप 2 लाइन में युवा अनस्टॉपेबल को कुछ बोलना चाहते हो?
I really want to thank them, and I want to tell them that they are doing so much great work, and they are also helping to students like me. And in the future, I also like to cooperate with them. Thank you.
That's such lovely thing. Thank you so much, Anushri.